That one's recording.
Okay. For some reason, I thought 5 years, just 4.
We can try sharing.
Yes.
Just, yeah. Yes, always. Yeah, we'll always.
Your phone. I don't see that. Oh, I'm just
Your wife's on the board, okay? She's got it under control.
Yeah, it does.
You have some stuff. I'm Megan Berry. Nice to meet you. Oh, you're fine, you're fine.
I guess so.
And you're Shannon. Megan, nice to meet you. Yes. And you're on video. Okay, yay. You tell me when we're ready. You're ready. Okay, I'm ready. Everybody, my name is Megan Berry. I'm with Legacy Management Group. We manage quite a few neighborhoods in the Montgomery and Harris County area. I am a resident of Montgomery and have been for the last 25 years. I live in Walden, so I'm close to you guys. We're able to, kind of come and check, and if we need to come back, we can always do that too, either in the morning or the afternoon. Everybody received a copy of our presentation. So I kind of want to open it up to the floor. I know you guys have been here most of the day. So you've had a chance to ask all the questions that you possibly can. Is there something that didn't get answered or something that you'd like to ask me as well? Questions regarding anything. HOA management, HOAs in general, anything that has to do with HOA legal, anything to that nature. Any questions regarding my presentation that I had already sent?
Well, I don't have the presentation in front of me. I'm Shannon, I'm 56. What was the fee?
Okay, that's the.
Yeah, we're starting from scratch, we don't know anything yet. We just have the preliminary information.
$22.95.
$22.95? Yes.
Okay.
And that's a month, right?
Yes, that includes one board meeting per month. So 12,
Okay, so 12.
yes.
So it's not inclusive, this fee. The $22.95 is not all inclusive.
This $29.95 fee is all inclusive except for the postage, the paper, and the envelopes.
Oh, so just basic office supplies.
Yeah,
And the
just basic.
emergency line,
I'm sorry?
the emergency line costs $100 a month.
If we have to come out.
If you have to come.
Yes, if we have to come out.
Postage paper and emergency fee if you have to come out.
If we have to come out. Correct. As far as answering a phone call, or if someone, our phone system sends us an automatic text and an automatic email for all of our neighborhoods. So if somebody calls and says, my neighbor's dog is barking, that to us is not an emergency. If somebody says, there's a hole gaping in my roof and a tree fell, that would be considered an emergency. And we would have to, of course, get a contractor out. The first thing we would do is notify the board with an email to let the board know what is going on. We would seek their direction on how they wanted us to move forward, and then we would go from there.
And believe me, the board will know probably.
I'm sure they will. They'll probably be the ones that are calling me.
We're very close, this- our group. our
Would you be the
59
person
units.
that the folks here call, or is somebody else that would be designated?
I will be your designated manager.
Okay.
Now, we do have other people in staff, but everything kind of comes through me and then gets dispersed out to whatever department, whether it be deed violation enforcement, whether it be AR, whether it be AP, collections, things to that nature.
How many properties do you currently
Oh,
have?
that's what I was just gonna ask.
I have 20.
And what are the sizes?
I'm sorry?
That you personally manage?
No, that our office manages.
Okay, but how many do you manage? How many are you the manager of?
I look at them all. I look at them all.
How many staff do you have?
We have 6.
Six staff.
Yeah, we have 6 staff. So we have some that handle AP, some that handle AR, some that handle deed enforcement, some that handle neighborhoods as well. But I try to keep everything that goes through myself so that I have touched everything. So I know if Shane is out of the office today and you call because you've talked to her 6 times in the past, I know exactly what's going on with your issue. I don't have to call her, wait 2 or 3 hours, then call you back to try to fix your issue. I'm already aware of what your issue is, and I can then take care of it right then instead of having you wait. So that's why I like to be able to be involved in it all so that I know what's going on in every step as far as each ward and neighborhood is concerned.
Are those all local properties, and how big and small?
I have some in Montgomery. I manage Del Lago and Margaritaville. I manage Villas of Mialago, which is in Montgomery, which is off of kind of over by Kroger's. I do have some in Houston. I do have some in Harris County, Fort Bend County. So we're kind of spread out a little bit. But this day and age with technology, as far as our system is set up, it streamlines everything into the system. So we have a computer software system, and we're very similar to DTA. They have Sync as well. We are able to, everything is at our fingertips. We also have an app that's built, and so you can download the app, and you can look at your deed restrictions. You can look at your account in real time. We can also set it up to where the board members have access to the deed violations, to the financials, to whatever they want to be involved in. We just have to click. I have some boards that all they want to see is the financials. I have some boards that want to see everything. So we're able to set it up to where you guys can log in as board members and see everything in real time as it gets reconciled, as it gets written, as a check gets written, as a check clears, things of that nature. Homeowners are also able to sign in and be able to see anything that happens on their account. So if you were to receive a deed violation, it will automatically send you an email before you even get a written letter. You'll be able to see when your payments are made, when they're applied to your account, what your balance is. So you will have everything at your fingertips. I know that some people are not as computer savvy as others. We do have an app, which is very simple. You can download it from the Apple Store, and you'll be able to have a password, username, log in. You can save that, and it'll just hit your app. It'll show everything about your property.
What about people that don't want to participate in technology at all? Like for payments, those type of, what do you offer that I would call old school?
Same thing as everybody else. You can call us on the telephone. You can send us a letter via regular mail. You can leave us a voicemail. I know email may be a little technology, but most people
But you
do
can
that.
mail your monthly.
Oh, most
payments.
definitely, most definitely. You can mail your payments to our office directly, and we can actually post that payment for you, or you can mail it to the bank's lockbox. And as long as you put your account number on it, it will automatically be processed to your account as soon as it's received, and you'll see where it comes through. So yeah, we have other options. I do have some neighborhoods that some people don't want the technology, or they want some of it, but not all of it. And
We have a diverse age group population in April Point North, and some people are just not comfortable with technology, so that's.
yeah, and that's not a problem. We work with that. I do have some homeowners that we will. I have an IT person who will sit if somebody does want to be involved in that, but they're not sure how or how to set it up. We can emulate your account for you, and we can have somebody walk you through how to set it up and how to use it, so that you'll be able to use it if you'd like to as well.
Your physical office is in Spring, do you have a satellite office closer to us?
No, I'm here. I live here, so I'm close enough where if something needs to be done.
But you don't have an actual office?
Correct.
On the monthly fee, when it talks about the deed restriction enforcement, the regular property inspections, how often would those be?
We do them once a month.
Once a month?
That's what's included in the contract, once per month.
If we wanted once a week, could that be done?
Sure.
How much would the additional fee be on that?
It'd be $100
Every week?
if you
Or
wanted.
just 100 for those?
It would be anything in excess of the once per month. It would be an extra $100.
So do you outsource any of your work,
No.
like financials?
No, nothing. Everything is done in-house. Everything is touched by us and looked at by us. If you call our office, you will talk with a actual person, and that person will be able to, one, either help you right then or put you in the direction of who can help you, whether it be a deed enforcement question, a council question, a collection, whatever you need, there will be somebody there to help walk you through that.
And the 2950 was,
It's 22.
22 is not inclusive. So what do you think our property would run over?
Well, it would depend on if you wanted a
Once a week?
once a week.
Or
That,
just a roundabout, what do you, your other units, what do you think they?
Yeah, like what is some of the,
I will say that none of my units really go over.
Really?
Correct, yes. We have meetings, they pay their postage, of course, and, because I was talking to someone else and they said, well, we want to keep everything, email, and that's acceptable, but there are certain things that have to be sent out by mail.
right?
Notice of annual meeting must be sent out by mail. If you have a collection issue, that must be sent out by mail. It must be sent out in a 209 form, and it must be certified, because if you don't do that and you send it to the legal to be collected, you won't be able to get your legal fees back. So there are certain things that need to be sent out. State of Texas guidelines require mail. So we can do your statements. Are you monthly or are you yearly?
We're monthly.
Monthly.
But you can pay, people can pay. for the
Yes.
whole year.
Okay, so that, we can send those out. They'll get emailed out to everybody every month. But then if you choose that you want us to send them out by mail, then of course that would be a postage
Sure.
paper charge. So really the only thing my boards ever go over is in the event we have a case that has to go to court and we go to court on your behalf. Then I was in a deposition for another neighborhood not too long ago, and I was in a 12 and a half hour deposition. So
Right.
That would be extra as far
That's unusual.
as time. So, yes, ma'am.
Do you do your own collection in-house?
Meaning,
You have
Do you
to,
outsource to a collection agency or?
no, we do it in-house.
Okay.
Now, when it gets to the time that it goes to legal, then it would be outsourced to the association's attorney.
Okay, so, the in-house collection part is part of the $22.95 a month?
That's correct. That's correct. We do not charge you extra for collecting money on your behalf. So, other than the postage and the paper and the envelopes to send things out.
so how do you go about reinforcing the rules?
Well, we go by what the state law allows us to do. First thing is we do a drive-through. And that's a weekly drive-through might be a difficult task because you have to follow certain guidelines and as far as the way your deed restrictions are written up. And if you have a fine and fee policy and how many days you give somebody to cure that issue, etc. So we usually, most of our neighborhoods have a friendly reminder. We send that letter out that just says, by the way, we noticed on our last drive-through there's an issue. We send that out. Depending on what the board's direction is, most boards give 3 to 10 days to cure something in that nature. And then we would come back out if you guys wanted to do more than one drive-through a month. We'd come back out and see if those were cured. Or if you had a committee that was set up that we could talk with and say, by the way, we sent out these 3 letters. Can you check and see if they're cured? If they are cured, then we can move on. You wouldn't need another drive-through. But when it comes down to a 209 letter being sent, which means they've exhausted all measures of curing that violation, then we would need to send a 209 letter. And that 209 letter would be sent certified, and we would have to give them 45 days to cure that issue. Once that 45 days expires, if it still hasn't been addressed, then the board could vote to send that person to legal. So you would need to wait that 45 days before you could send something to legal.
Is all this included in the 2,200 price? Okay, so it's not an extra fee for
No.
each one? Okay.
If we already have somebody, like say a maintenance person or somebody that's been we've used for years and years and years, how does that work?
You continue to use that person and you tell me who it is and we set him up as a vendor on our list. And we get his information and we continue to use them. We don't feel, I feel that you as the board and as the membership should be able to use whoever you want. It's your funds that's being paid for it. It's your funds that are being paid for it. We don't make anything from vendors, insurance agents, anybody that you use. So whoever you want to use, we just need to know who they are so that we can, pay accordingly and do things accordingly. We would be happy if you have a vendor that you're not happy with right now, or if you would like to get some new quotes, we would be happy to work on that for you as well, as long as we have a scope of work and what it's for. We don't have a problem doing that and then submitting that to the board for approval if you want to make that change.
Question, if you went out for, say you went out for repair, for roof repair, do you go out for quotes? Do you go out and get quotes?
I'll get the board, normally we get 3.
Yes.
And we submit that to the board. We try to do apples to apples. Sometimes it's difficult because contractors do things one way and the other way, but we try very hard to make sure that they're all 3 very equal to the work and scope that's going to be done. We'll then submit that to the board. If the board still feels that maybe we can go an extra step to be able to get a better quote, so to speak, we'll work with the board to get that as well. We always recommend that your contractors have insurance and that they have a W-9 filled out. So whether it be they're a DBA doing business under themselves, or if they have an EIN number, we try to make sure that. But insurance is very, very important for your contractors to have.
Amen.
It puts the board it takes the liability out for the board,
Yeah.
so, and puts it back on the contractor.
You do the taxes? You send out the?
I do send the taxes, I'm not a CPA, so yes, I do send the taxes to a CPA. We work with several. For a normal tax return, which is a 1120 I or H, is roughly runs about $300 a year. And that's paid directly to the CPA. If you have a CPA that you would prefer me to use, I'd be happy to use whoever you prefer. Right now, we use, it used to be Bob Van Wasanova, which is in Conroe, off of Dallas Street. That's where we mostly use, but we have some larger CPAs. They are more expensive. So most boards would choose to use maybe a smaller CPA for cost efficiency.
If we are gonna go and you get a monthly financial report, one of the things I'm asking is, can we have a 3-column financial report where you're probably familiar with the middle column is showing the projected, what we propose, the projected monthly,
We would just need a budget.
and the budget, and then of course the left-hand side would be what is actual, and then the other side, the right-hand side showing you the deviances or the variances. That way you know you're ahead or behind.
Correct.
And that
Yes.
gives- The reason I'm asking, I know that gives a lot of people a lot more information because a lot of people forget what the budget, you know, the way, right now the way the corporation or the board is doing it, they give a budget. But if someone want to know, well, how much were we going to spend?
On electricity for the year.
If you get a financial report that shows it, it's right there. It's telling you this is the
So it'll
budget.
have your income, it'll have your budget amount,
Yes,
it'll have your variance amount,
Yes.
whether you're,
that's what I'm used to as being an accountant.
and that will, it will fluctuate because say you don't have something, you say you budgeted something that isn't a monthly use, then your variance is gonna fluctuate because the financials are gonna be based on 12 months. So that itself will be a little bit different. But you'll be able to see what you spent on electricity from January to August and what you budgeted. So did your electricity go over your budgeted amount so that next year when you budget, you can kind of, take care of that issue?
That gives the board and everybody else the thing to go back and say, what changed? What happened? And you're right, if they raise the rates or there's some ungodly, earth-shattering event that occur, at least you know that this is due to.
This is why.
Due to something for the roof off. It wasn't a roof repair.
Insurance increased by 65% and we have to, you'll be able to see that.
You just think insurance. Do you guys have companies you deal with as far as insurance?
Yes, we do. We have broker firms, actually, which is to me better than an agent, because a broker firm can shop your insurance through many different avenues versus if you use,
Independent agent.
yeah, versus if you use, John Smith from State Farm, he can only,
Exclusive.
he can only go through State Farm. Whereas if we have a broker, he can go through 20 or 30 different insurance. So we'll be able to get you, and I've worked with one of my brokers for probably 20 years. And I finally have talked him into doing a spreadsheet every year. So what we do is we get a spreadsheet as far as all the different companies, what their deductibles are, everything is included, and a dollar amount. And we put that together in a spreadsheet. We submit that to the board so that the board knows, okay, if we go with this company, this is what our deductible is be. If we want to move our deductible up a little bit because we haven't had any claims in 10 years and we want to save some money, we might be able to go with, B and be able to manipulate it that way.
Is that something that the homeowners can use for individual homeowners insurance?
For
Or is that
the
just-
interior contents.
Yeah, because we have to have, the homeowners have to have homeowners insurance.
Correct.
Because the insurance only covers the outside. So is that insurance that you're talking about?
As far as the broker,
Does the
Yes.
broker help on that?
Does he help
I
us?
can definitely give you his information. Yes, I can't speak on his behalf, but I would be happy to forward that out to the membership if you guys would like to
Yes,
visit
I'm
with him.
interested. That's
Yeah, it's always good. I'm in insurance, so I don't sell insurance, but I used to. But I always tell people it's good to shop around every 3 to 4 years just to see, because everybody gives you a good rate the first year and they slowly creep up. But everybody's rates go up. You know, my automobile and umbrella went up like 28% a couple years ago, and I've never had a claim on those two policies.
But there was, I guess there was a lot of claims
There is.
everywhere else.
Automobile is big time. So right now, the big time is
Since
automobile.
2020, I've switched every year.
Yeah. and-
We shop the insurance for the board every year. Every single
If you
year.
want, I don't think you do it every year, but you can do it.
And they are-
did
It
a
goes
couple
up
years.
every year.
Yeah, it's automatic, it's
Okay.
automatically done every year. So
Damn.
depending on when you renew, about 60 days, 30 days out, they'll start shopping it. They'll start seeing what they can get you. If they can get you some better coverage, cheaper rate, they get you a cheaper rate, depending on your budget, if something was to happen. Our job is to make sure that the board has all the information they need. Even if we don't feel that it might be in your best interest, that's for you as the board to decide. That's not for me to decide for you. I can help you, I can guide you, but I don't make that decision for you. You guys make that decision. But we give you all the information you need to be able to make that decision. So, same thing with your vendors. I don't want to push a certain vendor on you. If you have a vendor, then you make that decision. I give you the information, you make that decision. And that's pretty much how I've always run it, is that you guys are the responsible parties. I work at the direction of you as the board. And so I will give you my information. I will tell you, oh, that might not be a good idea, or that's legally not correct to do. But if you choose to do it, then you as the board are taking on that. And so we're just giving you the information.
Right. Is this something that you take care of for the vendors to show proof that they're licensed and insured?
Yes, most
'Cause
definitely.
We hear that they are.
When
but
we
don't
ask-
have proof of it.
When we ask for a quote, we ask that they send us a W-9 and a proof of insurance at the time of submitting the quote.
Okay.
And then normally, sometimes, if I feel I've been in this business long enough, I might call the insurance company. I might tell somebody in the staff, pull all the COIs and let's call all of and make sure that their insurance is still in effect, because we've had
Oh, yeah.
vendors who will get insurance policies, they'll submit the certificate of insurance, but then 2 months later they won't pay it because they've already given us that, they've already got the contract, and now they don't have insurance anymore. So we do pull periodically and check on those things as well.
Okay. Any other questions?
No.
Megan, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Can you guys hang on for a few minutes?
Yeah.
Turn this off.
Yeah.
I can figure out.